Hey, how you doing? It is Andrew Hawks here. You can call me Doc Drew. I hope you're well. It has been a minute since I've done a live stream. It's certainly been a minute since I've done a live stream like this one. So I am, internet connection. Gotta love it, don't you? Anyway, so I am excited to be here with you today, and I'm not just here to pitch you something. I'm actually here to provide some value with you. Hopefully you get that from it, and you also see something in what I'm about to show you as well. Now, for those who don't know me, and I know most of the people tuning in here probably will, but I've been an entrepreneur now for the last 15, 20 years. I've been out of the military for 21 years this year. In fact, 21 years, 2 days ago was my last day in uniform. 4 days ago was my last day in uniform. Not officially, my last official day was the 28th of April, but anyway, we get there. And I've basically been an entrepreneur ever since. Now, I had to learn a lot of skills to be able to do that. It didn't always come naturally. Yes, talking has always come naturally, and it should to most people. I get that a lot of people have a fear around public speaking, and I fully understand that. But what didn't come naturally to me was working out who I was supposed to be talking to. I knew what I wanted in life. I knew that I wanted to do things a little bit differently, but I couldn't quite get the disconnect, or there was a disconnect between me and talking to someone else. And it took me years and years and years. And I remember once one of my mentors saying to me, Andrew, who's your ideal client? And I was like, me. And she was like, no, that's not it. That's not how it all works. So I'm just reading some comments here and saying the connection's not good. I do apologize for that, guys. The internet here in Dubai is supposed to be really good. And it said I had heaps. It said I had 48 megabit upload. No, so I do apologize. But that was my challenge right there, was like I didn't really know how to talk to my clients. And over the years, I dabbled and I played, and I started getting things in the right order and sequence. But then, of course, okay, I know who I'm talking to. Now I'm talking to this person who actually used to be me, used to be the person I was. That wasn't a throwaway comment, although it was a throwaway comment at the time to my mentor. I was like, well, I'm my ideal client, right? Because that's who I was, that's where I was. So there's a little bit of magic in that we're going to explore a little bit deeper, and I'm going to show you how all of that works. Sorry, I'm just getting notifications that I shouldn't still be getting, but anyway, I am. So we're going to go through that and have a look about how all that works. But I am really, really excited to share it with you today, the methodology behind it, what you should do, how you should look, and thanks, Neil, and how all of that should look for you and how you can potentially do it for yourself. Obviously, with the advent of AI, that coming into play, there's a lot of people using it. The problem with AI is that most people don't train it well enough to sound like them. It generally sounds like a generic version of someone else. So they're hearing the same content just being posted from a different person. So I created something that hopefully, in fact, not hopefully, I know it does bridge that gap and make it much, much easier for people. So I'm just going to jump in here for a real quick section. So there's 7 things you need to know before you post anything online. Why most content doesn't convert and how you can fix it. So hopefully, let me know if you're getting value from this throughout the look. I love seeing the hearts come up on the screen, and I love the comments. So if you got comments, I'll chuck them up on the screen if they're good ones, and we'll go from there. Now there we go. Your content isn't broken. Your targeting is. So your content's not necessarily broken. You've had your experiences and you're putting it out to the world. Everybody's looking at you online, but they're not necessarily connecting with you because you're not talking to the right points that they need to hear from you. And that's really, really important. So when you post that sort of content, it doesn't necessarily convert. Yes, people might say, hey, this is awesome. Yes, I relate to that, which is good. You want them relating to it. They might heart it, they might put a fire emoji on it, but they might not do anything else. What we want is to create the content that's actually going to speak directly to their pain, so that then you can provide the solution to that pain. That's sales 101. It really is. And anyone that says, oh, I don't do sales, they're kidding themselves. Everything is sales. Raising your children is sales. Everything's a negotiation. Trust me, I've got 2 teenage boys, and everything is a negotiation, and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But your content's not broken, just the philosophy potentially around it is. So the problem is that right now you're probably talking to everybody in the marketplace. I know that was a problem for me for a long time. I spoke to anyone that would listen. Not everyone has the pain that I was talking to. Not everyone wants the solution that I have to give them, and that'll be the same with this, right? Not everybody has that solution, or sorry, has that issue. I might be talking to people, there might be people on this call that go, well, I know who I'm talking to. I know what content to post. Cool, this isn't for you. This is for the people that struggle with that, and this should help them somewhat. So you're talking to everyone, which really means you are talking to no one. It means your message gets lost along the way. And what we want to try and do is change that, is to fix it for you. So the typical avatar exercise, and you may well have been through this with a lot of trainers out there, they'll say, pick a name, pick an age. This is who we're talking to. Guess what they like. Oh, well, I think they like yoga and da 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 da. That's not helping your situation at all. It's not helping you connect to that person at all. So we go back, right? We hope for the best, post and pray that it works. Does that sound familiar? Have you seen people doing that? Have people told you to potentially do that? That's not going to get you the results that you want. So you've got to have a framework. You've got to have a foundation on which to build this out so that you can talk to that person each and every time you post. Now, I've already asked this question, but what if your ideal client or your ideal customer is who you used to be? Think about it for a second. You had pain points. You're doing what you're currently doing right now, potentially if you're in the network marketing, direct sales, or branding space. You're doing something that you wanted to be doing ages ago, right? Somebody come to you with a solution, you started working with that solution, you started creating results, now you want to share those results with other people. So it really is you. It's how all of that works. There's 7 things that you need to know. My son's getting content for me. Cheers, buddy. There's 7 things that you need to know before you create another piece of content. And these 7 elements separate content that gets ignored from that converts. And they're key elements that we're going to go through and have a look at right now. Hey, I'm just going to change something here on my screen because it's distracting me, so I'll get it out of the way. Ah, come on. Ah, guess I can't. It's done. It's there. Oh, have I gone too far? No, there we go. 7 things you need to know. The real question was, who were you before the transformation? What were your pain points? What were the things you struggled with? What kept you up at night? What are the things that you wanted to scream at the top of your lungs, but didn't? Maybe you wanted to grab someone and ragdoll them a little bit because you're frustrated. I know there's a lot of frustrations around government and what they're doing lately, and banks. Wow. Yeah, we've got a solution to that too, by the way, but that's not what this is about. So, who are you? That's the real question. That's the first question. Start with that. Start with that question because it makes sense. Now, the next thing you want to look at is their internal battle. What's their shame they carry? And again, what's the things they keep up at night? What are the things that they wouldn't talk about in public? What are the things they 100% wouldn't post about? If you can get inside of that, if you can start talking to that, then people who are looking at your content will go, hey, this person is talking directly to me. Now, you can't ignore that pain. You've got to acknowledge it. Then you've got to validate it. Then you've got to show them there is a way through it. Because there was for you, was there not? That's what you've got to look at. Daily reality, what are their circumstances? What are the things that they are putting up with, excuse me, on a daily basis that they'd rather not be? What are the things they would change in a heartbeat if only they had an opportunity for them to do so? These are the things you need to be thinking about. What do they actually want? And this isn't the generic goal that people tell you. This is the thing that keeps them up at night. You know, if I could only get X, Y, Z to work, then everything would work out right. These are the little things, the little nuances that you actually carry within yourself that most avatar exercises don't cover. Now, guys, by all means, you can be writing these questions down and you can go through and do this exercise for yourself. Absolutely, 100%. But I'm going to show you something very soon that's going to make it even easier for you. What's their hidden agenda? What's their unspoken driver? That's something that they would never admit publicly that drives everything they do. Now, for a lot of people, it's family. For a lot of people, it's the children. It's like, okay, my why is because I want to make sure that they're looked after. I want to make sure that I leave a legacy. That was a big one for me, is leaving a legacy. That's changed a lot over the last 3 years, believe me. But talk to that. These are the things that are coming up for them each and every day. That's their secret truth. That's their hidden agenda. That's the thing that's going to get them off their ass or off the porch to go and actually take some action. So what are the real roadblocks? What is actually stopping them? Not the surface level shit. What's the fear underneath that stops them moving forward? I don't have time. That's the surface level. Real block. I'm afraid I'll fail publicly. I think everyone can relate to that one, right? Surface block. It's too expensive. Real block. I don't trust myself to follow through. That's a big one too. That is a massive, massive one for so many people. So write these down because these are the blocks. These are what you need to uncover for these people. How they actually talk. What are the languages they use? The phrases that they use with themselves, because this is what's going to make your content stick for them. What are the things that they say to themselves? Do they say they're burnt out? Do they say they're exhausted? When we use their words for them or with them, they connect to it at a much, much deeper level. Hopefully this is landing. If it's landing, if it's making sense, just let us know in the chat, in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. And I know there's viewers on each, so appreciate you guys. I can see on the comments where you're coming from, but in the viewers I can't see who's where. So I know. But if that's making sense so far, drop a fire emoji in the chat. See what we're doing there? Drop a fire emoji in the chat or in the comments if that is making sense to you so far, and you can see potentially a little bit of a disconnect where you're not quite performing that right now. So how do they talk? We've already spoken about that. Now imagine doing this for real. An exercise, that exercise we just walked through, most people will never ever go through it at true depth. Nobody will really hit it deep enough for it to make any real difference. If they just do it with a pen and paper, and I am an advocate, and those who know me know this, I'm an advocate of pen and paper. There is a magical connection between the dexterity of your fingers coming up your arm. If you're left-handed, that's fine, do it with the left. Coming up your arm and connecting with your brain. There is a magic there that is inexplicable. But most people are lazy, particularly when it comes to this sort of exercise. Why? Because it freaking hurts. It hurts. You get some real depth when you're really deep, and you will be crying. I know the last time I did a big exercise like this, journaling, I was in tears. And it was actually at Auckland Airport, believe it or not. I was in the public and I was trying to hide my head because I was having a moment. And it was big, ugly crying. But the point is, most people don't go deep enough in that exercise. So that's what you have to do. Do it for real. Most people, they just scratch the surface. Going deep requires introspection. It really requires you to take a deep look at yourself. What are your flaws? What are the things that hold you back? Because realistically, as I've said, your ideal avatar, particularly in the network marketing space, in the direct sales space, is the person that you used to be. So, I'm just going to have a quick look at what this next page is. There you go. What if AI could roll you through this? You stop guessing. So I'm just going to quickly jump over here and we're going to have a look at this. This is called the Ultimate Avatar 2.0. Why is it 2.0? Because the first iteration was literally a PDF with AI prompts that you'd put one in, it'd give you an answer, then you'd put the next one in, it'd give you another answer. It built it, but it was clunky and you had bits and pieces everywhere. What the Ultimate Avatar 2.0 is a software version of that gives you a container for all of your avatar information, all of your stories to sit, and what's even better, it's where your content will sit too. So, coming back here, no, not back to there, back to here. Back to here. Stop guessing what to post. Now there is, by the way, some founding spots at the moment that you can, and it says up to 50, actually it doesn't, but there's up to 50 of those available. They are filling up pretty fast, but this literally, it's all in here. So what do I want to show you right here? Actually, no, let me come back before I show you through that little software. Let's finish off this exercise because I'm telling you, there's more to it. If you've got AI that pulls the language for you, the right questions, digs deeper, it grabs the things that tripped you up along the way, it grabs your little pain points that are obviously your ideal avatar's pain points that you can then start talking to it. Imagine, having that conversation with AI. Sure, you can do that in any one of the language models, but it doesn't have the proprietary stuff in behind this one that literally is built for marketing that will help you talk to the person that you want to talk to. So the Ultimate Avatar 2.0, it is an AI-powered avatar discovery and content engine. That's the key right there, the content engine. Because let's face it, even if you've done those ideal avatar exercises before and you've got your ideal avatar there, we've got Mary that likes yoga and she blah, 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 whatever. Most people don't know what content or even how to write that content to talk to that person. Okay, yeah, you've got some imagined pain points, I get it. But they don't know, they're not copywriters, they don't know how to put that together. So what if there was an AI-powered engine that now knows your perfect avatar because you've just told it, now has some of your own personal stories because you've just fed it your personal stories, and here's the kicker, here is the kicker. Then allows you to put some of your samples or even write directly into it how you would write, how you would sound, so that when your content comes out the back end of it, it sounds like you, but it talks directly to the person that you want to talk to. I reckon that'd be pretty cool. Now, I've been doing that for years for myself. Because I know how to put shit together. But not everyone does, I get that. So now it's all in a simple one-off place. It's not just another course that teaches you theory. When you use this, and it is a subscription, when you use this, you're going to have endless content. And we're still in the very early phases, so there's developments going on all the time. Actually, let me take you back to the screen here. So it tells you the 5 steps in the system: avatar discovery, story mining, content pillars, content angles, studio, built for people who do the work, so everything's right there. Your voice, not AI. I think that's really, really important. And there's a feature that I love is teleprompter ready real scripts. Now there's a number of apps, even free ones, that have teleprompters in them that you can use on your phone. So they're already formatted, ready for that. So there's no surprises, it's nice and easy, it's good to go. Now what was I looking for? What's coming? This is what I wanted to show you. So Hook Development Lab, so you're going to be able to develop really, really massive, awesome hooks that stop people every time when they're going through the scroll. There's already a downloadable avatar report right now. You will be able to regenerate and edit in the studio. You can't do that quite yet, but you'll be able to. And of course, bulk content management. So you'll be able to upload everything into a CSV, put it into Canva, and then when you're in Canva, obviously you can do bulk creation. So you can literally create 100 posts like that if you know how to settle that up. But of course, that's not what this is about. This is just about showing you what's there. Later on this year, there's going to be voice input. That's and one of our watchers that's here at the moment, that was a big thing for them. You will be able to literally, you can do it with the dictation button on your laptop now, but it's a bit of a pain. There will be voice input, just the same as there is with ChatGPT. So that's coming later down the track. Push to post, so there'll be social media integration, so you don't even need to export it. You'll be able to just post it straight away. Visual suggestions, so you've created this ideal post, but what picture should I put with it? It'll tell you what picture you should probably put with it, because it's sometimes that's a bit of a sticky point. It's like, what do I post? This is what you post. The picture that I post. And then of course, advanced reel templates and all that sort of thing. Further down the track, there'll be a mobile app, and there'll be an agency dashboard for those that want to jump out and use it, who want to share it with other people. And of course, it will be multilingual as well. There's an FAQ down here. If you're not ready yet, that you can jump on the list to find out about all the things further down the track. So that's basically the overview. I'm actually going to dive in and show you close up. Before we do that, I just want to jump in here again real quickly and see if I've got, yep, okay. So this is what it does. Basically, I've just run you through that. You've got an avatar discovery, really, really important that you dial down, that you get deep, because when you get deep, you get the magic. That is where all of the magic lies. Go away. Sometimes, there we go. Sometimes I outsmart myself with my tech when I'm being a dick, just so you know. Where was I? Right, back to here. It's story mining, content pillars. Story mining, that's a really, really important one. It'll ask you for one and it will build with one. But I think it's important to understand and note that when you, well, the more you can give it, the more it finds out about you, the better it's going to be. So the deeper you can go on both your avatar discovery and on your story mining, 2 to 3 stories is awesome, then it's going to be much, much better. Then it'll allow you to do content pillars. I'll actually show you through all that, so we actually have a look. So this is the ultimate avatar. When you land, the URL is usetua, usetua.com, usetua.com. Once you've registered, it will take you through here. Now you can't do anything in here. You can see that everything in here is locked until you, this is a demo account. Everything in here is locked until you have done your first avatar. So I'm just going to click start. It's going to, the phone's going to fall over. It's going to load. It's going to say, okay, ready to discover your avatar. Your ideal customer is who you used to be. Let's uncover exactly that person through a guided conversation. It takes about 20 to 15 minutes. Your program auto saves, so you can come back at any time. And obviously you want to try and do this in one session, but let's have a look. It's thinking, it's going to ask me, okay, great, and guys, I have got some, bring my mouse to the right screen. I have got some content pre-saved, so we don't have to go away. So we don't have to go through all of that. It's thinking, it's going to come away, it's going to do it again. I've got another one to paste in there. Now you can see up the top, it says 6 more responses, it's saving progress. Now it should be 5 more, or it might be 6. The reason being is because obviously you want to make this as in-depth as possible. And if you only did 2 to 3 prompts, then you're not really going to get enough depth. So it has been built with the idea that more is better in this sense. Now you can see I'm just copying and pasting stuff that I pre-did earlier because I want to walk you through these steps. Click V. Okay, so I've got 2 more. And then it'll, oh, don't know if my screen's disappearing for you guys or not, it probably is. And you see there's got 1 more here, and I'm just going to click send, and there it is. It's thinking, and it's brought up this save avatar and continue. So I'm going to click and save that avatar and continue that right now. Okay, it says save response. If you're wondering why I'm looking, it's because my other screen's down here. That's where I'm working. Okay, now it is behind my big ugly face at the top there. There is another save button. So I'm just clicking save again. Now, if you notice here on the left-hand side, get out. Notice here on the left-hand side, now we've got, there was, things were locked here. You can still see some locks on that side right there. Sorry, I just made that smaller when I shouldn't have. Okay, that'll do. Just going to lock that so it doesn't move again. Okay, so see on the left-hand side here, you've got some lock buttons here. And the reason being is because it is guided. So now we're going to start a story mining session. Start story. Again, I've got some stories in here that I can put in here straight away. It's going to ask all these questions. I'm not actually looking at what it's saying because I've just got this copy paste content to junk in here real quick just so I can walk through this demonstration and show you how it all works. Obviously you want to spend some time in here. The more time you can spend here, the more information you can give it, the better your output's going to be. It's going to be epic when you get it right. In fact, I'll be honest, it's epic even when you don't. If you do put the minimum in here, it is still going to give you good quality output. However, if everybody just does the minimum, then you'll probably risk sounding just like everybody else, right? Where am I? I want this one back. You'll risk sounding just like everybody else. So the more time you can spend here at this point, the better it's going to be for you. It's going to look amazing. It's going to sound amazing. It's going to sound like you. But the more time you can spend here, the more stories you can input into it. And the sweet spot's 3 to 4. But the more, and you can change those. If there's something that happens throughout the week, you're like, oh man, that would be really good to chuck in there. You can write a little quick story. It won't always ask you for that many prompts, I don't believe. But anyway, that's essentially the first part. We can see that, we can save stories. So I want to click save and continue. Okay. So you can see that it's saving its progress up in here. Story saved. See this here, story saved. Now let's build your content angles so we know exactly what to post. That's now going to take you to the next page, and you can see that everything is now unlocked here on the left-hand side. Set up your content pillars. This is the themes that you're going to talk to the people that you want to talk to. So we've got an avatar now, so we're going to select the avatar. Of course, if you've created more than one avatar, if you've got more than one market, excuse me, then you can put that in here. You can click the heartbroken mother, or this one, and set in essence. So we can click generate. We can add a pillar manually as well if you know what your pillars are, what the basis of your content will be around. But if we click generate, when I say a pillar, it could be, a good friend of mine does, one of her pillars is government overreach and tax, and she is killing it. That could be a pillar. And you just do a lot of content around that pillar. So as we can see right here, invisible being versus being seen, borrowed life versus own terms. Now, pillars are ready. Save and continue. So I'm going to save that. Okay, pillars are saved. Going to click OK. It's now going to take me to the next step, which is generate angles. Now you can't see it because it's behind my face. If you come up here on the top right, you'll see where my mouse is. There's a little blue button that says generate. Click on that. And it's now going to generate your content angles. Yeah, this is where it starts to get fun. So first thing, you select your avatar. Then you select the stories. There's only one here at the moment, okay, obviously. So when you've got multiple stories, you can create multiple angles out of here. Step 3, generate angles. It's now generating your content angles. This will become really apparent in why we're doing this very, very soon. We're almost there. Let me know what you're thinking so far, guys. I really, really value the feedback. And of course, there's a very select, this group of people that are seeing this right now, very select. There's only 50 founders spots, essentially. So if you want one, then you're in the right place. So here we can see right there, we've got generated angles, the 11 p.m. Canvas stare down, the car park reality check. These are the angles. And now we've got another save angles button there and continue. So I've done that, it's saving. There's going to be another dialog box that'll jump up. Great, saved. Now it's going to take me to the studio. This is where it gets exciting. This is where the money comes. This is where the rubber hits the road. Okay, so in here, we get to choose the tone. If we want conversational, we want direct, empathetic, challenging, inspirational, let's do an inspirational post. And let's do it about, then you choose your angle, what your kids are really learning. Well, let's have a look at that. It'd be interesting to see what pops out with that. The beauty here is that everything that you've fed this up until this point is you, okay? There's one other step that I'll show you as well, but this will give you good quality output regardless. So let's say we're doing a Facebook post, a long post, and then I want to generate. You can't see the bottom of that, I do apologize. There is a button there that says generate content. My glasses keep slipping down my nose, can you tell? Not used to you wearing glasses while I'm doing live streams. It comes with getting older. Okay, so we can see right here, the question hit me like a punch to the stomach. Mummy, are you working on your thing? Well, you know, I'm not going to be able to read that because I'll cry. So that's a motive to me. But you can see there's a long post here, and if you go through and read it, then you'll realize that it's pretty on the point. So particularly when you've fed your content into it. But you can click Save Content. Going to click Save Content. Content saved. Now, we've got one more step over here, and it's called the Save Content. So, if we go into the Save Content, it will show you, there you go, what your kids are really learning. That's the Facebook post that we just did. Now, you can export all of those as a CSV. Now, I'm going to go back to the studio for just a second. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go here first. If you want to give it even more authenticity for you, so you are talking, so it is talking exactly like you would, it is writing exactly like you would, then you come into the content, into your voice. And right here, you can see I've got a couple of different samples in there. Oh, look at that. And you can, that's obviously something that I've already done. Yep. So you can add a sample, you can put your voice in there. It's got add a voice sample, personal and warm, frustrated and passionate, teaching and helpful. So this you might be having a rant about something, but the more you can put in here as to how you sound, you can only put into 5 samples and there's 3 samples in there, the better your output's going to be. But I want to come back to the studio just because I want to show you what I think is one of the coolest things in here. So we've got a 30-minute lie, we'll go conversational, and I want a 30-second reel script. I'm going to generate that. Not only is it going to give you your reel script in a teleprompter format, it's going to provide you a caption that will go with it. So not only have you now developed your reel, yeah, there's your script and it's in teleprompter format, and there's your caption that can go in wherever you're posting it. Now, there will be, in the future, there'll be the nuance between the different platforms. At the moment, it's just kind of generic. But then you can click copy, bang, you've got it. You save your content, and it is now, content saved, it is now in your saved content with the rest of it. There you go. Now I'll show you this real quick. On the pricing page, as I said, you get to choose your plan. You can pay it annually or monthly, it's up to you. Obviously paying it annually saves you 20%, or it saves you 2 months essentially, so a little over, a little under, depending on which plan you've got. But it's for the founding member deal. This isn't a false scarcity. There is literally a cap out of 50 once they are gone, and they will fill up in the next few weeks, I'm sure. This is essentially the soft launch for this product. So if you want to take advantage of it for life, you'll get all of the updates, you'll get everything. Normally that would cost you $97 a month for everything that's there. The starter, you can see everything that you get, and the agency will come very soon as well. Guys, I'd love to hear your feedback on that. I'd love you to be some of the first people to use it and provide feedback and potentially help shape it. We will create a community around it. But hopefully it's been useful regardless. I mean, if we look at the PDF, I think that this is everything that we need to be thinking about. There's literally, so there's a few more. Try it for free for 7 days. There is a free trial for 7 days, so certainly jump all over that. But if I go back to page 1 real quick, and I think the easiest way for me to do that is to come here and go there. So the 7 things that we needed, which is obviously, who they are, their internal battle, their daily reality, what they actually want, their hidden agenda, their real blocks, how they talk. Now, they're the things that you really need to be hitting on when you want to start talking to your avatar. So again, I hope this has been useful to you. It's been fun putting it together. There will be support for it. It will be continual. It will have continual development. It's not a one and done thing for me. There'll be continual development on this product, and there's other products that are in the pipeline that I haven't mentioned on here that will accompany this beautifully. One of which is, why are you doing what you're doing? What's my thing? What is it that I should be doing? And it's actually not on this shirt, it's on my other shirt, what's my thing? And of course, there'll be a validation engine that goes with that as well. So you'll actually be able to test, that's what's my thing is, you'll be able to test your ideas to go, is there a market for this? And of course, those people that are founders and legacy members on here will get first crack at those other softwares as well. So again, guys, I hope this has been useful to you. I managed to get through it in about the time that I hoped I would. It's been great to be here with you. I feel like I'm coming back out of my cocoon, which is nice. And I'd love to hear your feedback. Let us know on the comments. If you're catching this on the replay, then comment replay. If you want to know more about it, then go to theultimateavatar.com. I'm going to chuck that in the comments here. The ultimate, if I can spell, avatar.com. That will tell you a little bit about it. That was in YouTube. I wonder if I can do it to, should be able to, I wonder how to do, that's all YouTube. Maybe everyone's on YouTube at the moment. I don't know. But if you are on, I don't know how to change it. That's interesting. You're good, you're excited to be here, Neil. I'm pleased about that, mate. It's great to have been here with you guys. Go to theultimateavatar.com. I should have had that up as a screen so that you could see it. ultimateavatar.com and find out more about it. But hope you found value in what I've shared with you today. Even if you don't use the software, those 7 things that we went through will absolutely help you start to create content that will talk to the right people if you do it right. If you want it simple, that's going to make it simple for you. Anyway, guys, he kōnei rā, ka kite anō. I hope you are very good. I hope you got value from what we've gone through, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care, guys.